Thank you all for coming. I would like to bring you to your attention the story of the little train that could. I know we've all heard it as children. We probably had it read to us. The story goes something along the lines of a train was well used and they had retired it and brought new trains in. They needed a train to take a bunch of gifts over the mountain, but the other trains couldn't do it. They were broke down. So this little old train that they didn't think could do it was brought back into service. And the little train, by thinking to himself and saying, I think I can, I think I can, I think I can, made it over the mountain. Now, I know y'all are wondering if I've actually lost my mind or if I've got a point in that story. Well, the truth is, I do have a point. Sometimes we talk to ourselves. Sometimes we say things to ourselves that will help to make us want to do other things. That's called self-talk. And I want to talk to you about the importance of positive self-talk. First of all, we need to know what self-talk is. Self-talk, according to Susan York Morris, is something we all do naturally. However, most people tend to talk negatively to themselves. Things like, I really shouldn't do that. It's going to make me fat if I eat that. You know, bad stuff. But we don't need to dwell on the bad. We need to dwell on the good. We need to also remember that self-talk is not blowing your own horn. It's let someone else blow your horn. Everybody else can hear it better. And it has more weight. But self-talk does include recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses. That way, by recognizing your own strengths and weaknesses, you can act accordingly. We also need to know what self-esteem is. According to the Mayo Clinic, your self-esteem is the overall opinion that you have of yourself. We want to also talk about self-image, which is how you perceive yourself. And finally, motivation, which is what makes you act the way you act. Now, the benefits of self-talk are that as you talk to yourself, it can raise or lower your self-esteem. Positive self-talk has a tendency to make you feel better about yourself. So you begin thinking better about yourself. And then it makes you want to go and do other things, and it makes you have more confidence. It makes you better able to make better decisions. It will even make your relationships improve as your self-esteem and your self-image grows. All of these are benefits of positive self-talk. Another thing that positive self-talk will do is it will help you to recognize your limitations. Now, I know you think positive self-talk, limitations are negative. No. Limitations are positive in that they tell you where to draw the line. I can and I can't. I know what I can do. I know what I can't do. Therefore, I know where not to cross the line. Relieve stress. You don't face so much stress when you're not trying to do something that you're not good at. Ways that we can improve our self-talk is to focus on our strengths and our weaknesses. By focusing on our strengths and our weaknesses and recognizing what we can and cannot do, what our limitations are, maybe we can push those limitations a little bit more and get a little bit better in some areas. But the things that we're really good at, we need to really capitalize on. For instance, I know that I'm not a good singer. I like to try, but I can't sing well. However, I know that I can cook, and I love to cook. So, you can't tell them by looking at me and my family that cooking is a favorite thing for me to do. So I like to do things that I like to do. Another thing that we can do to help our self-image with self-talk is to avoid using over-exaggeration and overgeneralization. When we talk to ourselves, don't use the words always, never, everybody, nobody. You're like, nobody loves me, everybody hates me. Don't talk that way because that brings you down. Instead, say, I'm pretty special. I know someone out there loves me. I love myself. I'm pretty good at this. Pick yourself up. Even David in the Word of God had to pick himself up. Other things we can do is not borrow trouble. when you're trying to plan something, sure, you have to plan for contingencies and things that might not work out. But instead of planning for failure and say, well, what if it doesn't work out? Plan for the success and say, what if it does work out? Other things that we can do is not play the blame game with ourselves. When things go wrong, as they sometimes will, sometimes it is our fault. But a lot of times it's things beyond our control that will make us fail at something. Finally, practice makes perfect. Zig Ziglar said, if you plan things that you want to be every morning and every night, it will change your mindset and it will change the way you look at things. And Dr. Joyce Brothers said, you cannot consistently perform in a manner that is inconsistent with the way of thinking. In other words, if you're thinking negative thoughts, you're going to perform badly. Finally, I want you to remember, you can look for the good in yourselves. That's not being hypocritical or raising yourself higher than you should. It's only encouraging yourself, especially when others will encourage you. Remember that positive thinking will permit you to use the qualities that you have. That's another Zig Ziglar thing. When we think about the things that we want to do and improve ourselves, then other people will also gain more confidence in us, and their image of us will improve as well. Finally, the Bible tells us to think on the good things, on things of good report. It's pure, it's just. Then we need to do that, because by thinking of those good things, we're pleasing God with our thoughts. I want to challenge each one of us, every day, every morning when you get up, look in the mirror and say, I can do whatever I want to do because God's given me strength. Thank you.